What is OPEC Plus planning for its July oil production increase? What do we know about how they are thinking about that next decision, and what underscores, what is underpinning a decision potentially to put additional barrels on the market at a time of pressure on oil prices?
Right. Well, I think first we want to say that OPEC is planning for July another supersize hike, so 411,000 barrels per day, and that will be the third supersize hike following two others in the previous months. And I would say that OPEC, this would represent a shift in OPEC policy. Previously, OPEC, before the announcement of these giant hikes, was defending oil prices at higher levels. Now it seems that OPEC is trying to defend market share. Now, various reasons have been adduced. Officially, OPEC has told, officials are saying that this supply hike is meant to support demand for oil. But I think there are other reasons that have been adduced. Among them, people are saying that Saudi Arabia, as well as the rest of the OPEC cartel, wants to keep Trump happy, and Trump has asked for lower oil prices. Another thing to flag, of course, is that this is a way for OPEC to strategically discipline its errant members like Kazakhstan and Iraq, who've historically been overproducing above their quota levels.
OK, so discipline is part of the rationale, as well as potentially a bit of a nod to President Trump. We're looking at pressure again on the oil markets. Right now, down 0.5% on Brent at $64 a barrel. How much of this is priced into the markets at this point in terms of how traders are positioning for further barrels on the market?
I would say that in some ways this didn't come as a move that was a complete surprise. In fact, yesterday in our surveys, we found that most of the traders we talked to were expecting another supersize increase for July, especially since we've already seen two already. The other thing to flag, of course, is that while oil prices have come down, they've not come down to the same extent as they did for the previous supply hikes. So I think in some ways, even as this comes as important supply factor, it's also not a complete surprise. And so I think in some ways, like, this is a move that the market is somewhat prepared for. That said, I will also flag that demand picture is not entirely positive, and so I would say that this supply move comes at a time when the picture for our outlook remains well, less than positive.